Where were these two when I needed them in high school, huh? What is up, Flick fans, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm talking about the brand new Netflix movie In the Breaker-Uppers. As always on this channel, we love talking about movies, so get in the comments section and discuss. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Are you looking forward to it? Have you seen it yet? This is the brand new Netflix original, and every Friday I'm reviewing new Netflix movies and series. Later on today, a review for The Umbrella Academy, all 10 episodes. I gotta get on that. Right now we're talking the Breaker-Uppers. I feel like I keep putting too many ers in there. Uppers. So for the right price, BFFs Jen and Mel will ruthlessly end any romance. But when one grows a conscience, it threatens to derail their relationship. And going in, I had no clue what to expect from this film. Didn't really know anything about the directors or the writers or the stars, which are all the same people. Madeline Sammy and Jackie Van Beek are the stars, the directors, and the writers of this movie, and if we're talking about them in the starring role specifically, they are very good. They are very funny. Their chemistry is great in this movie. They are the perfect leads for a film like this, and it could be because they were their own writers and directors, but I honestly believe they were well suited for this role, and the movie itself, it actually surprised me. I had a good time with this little film. It's not one that I think I'm going to be remembering at the end of the year as, oh my gosh, that movie impacted me so much and it made a difference in my life. It's not the funniest or greatest thing I've seen all year necessarily, but it didn't have to be. All this movie needed to be was clever, and it needed to execute on this premise, a very interesting premise. Think about it, and I am surprised that no one has actually tried this yet. A business where you go around and break people up for the right price. I think that concept for a comedy specifically is brilliant, and they went about it in a really clever way. The dialogue here is some of the best dialogue I've heard in a comedy in quite some time. It's witty, it's snappy, it has that sense of humor that you don't necessarily get in an American comedy, and I like that. I like something different. I felt the essence, just the presence of Taika Waititi for some reason. I'm like, why do I feel like this is a film produced by Taika Waititi? And yes, you have the New Zealand effect, the accents. Okay, maybe that's why I thought Taika Waititi, but I come to find out from the director of What We Do in the Shadows and Hunt for the Wilder People and Thor Ragnarok, Taika Waititi's company was actually involved with producing this movie, and I had no clue that was the case while I was watching, but I just sensed his presence, the humor at times, and while I don't think it was as good or as witty or as smart as What We Do in the Shadows, that is one of my favorite comedies of the decade. I think that film is so underrated. But The Breaker-Uppers, it has that essence. Every now and then I would get that vibe. I'm like, this is smart. It does not provide extremely intense belly laughs. You're not sitting there on the edge of your seat cracking up the entire time. No, it's not that kind of film. It's one you have to kind of sit back, tune into what the plot is, what's going on with the characters. If you're not on board with these two, with their relationship, then I don't know if you're going to appreciate the film as much as some other people do. Now, do I love this film? Like I said, no, but I do appreciate what it's doing. I like the fact that it's clever, and I like the fact that it's doing something different than other comedies. And what do I always say? If you've seen a video from me before, what does a comedy need to do? Rule number one, if I'm going to enjoy it, it has to make me laugh. This film did not have me rolling over in laughter, but it definitely made me laugh. And what is one way to tell that a movie is written well? Comedies especially, because while all movies are subjective, I think the most subjective genre that you can possibly have is a comedy. Not everyone has the same sense of humor, and if you don't enjoy this style of humor, then you won't necessarily like this film. If you're not in the first scene or the first two scenes, then I don't think you'll ever be in this film, because that snappy and witty dialogue continues throughout the entire thing, and by the time you get to the end, you are bought into the relationship. Now, does it get a bit silly in the third act? It becomes more conventional than the first 2/3 were. Then it ends up in a place, and I was just sitting there thinking, I wish you would have went in a different direction. If this movie ended on a different note, maybe I would have liked it more, but just because I didn't like it more doesn't mean I didn't like it. I enjoyed this film. I got a lot out of the dialogue, and I really appreciate what these filmmakers were going for. Something about this New Zealand style of humor I absolutely love, whether it's Hunt for the Wilder People or What We Do in the Shadows or now The Breaker-Uppers. You can throw this into that category because it's very smart and it's doing something that I believe is just different, and I like that. It is not your typical cliched studio comedy. It is something that will bring you a plot that I think you will get interested in, and one that will intrigue you, especially during the week of Valentine's Day. What a week to drop this. Perfect timing on their part, and I'm going to give this a 63%, a solid 3 out of 5 stars. Nothing I would recommend immediately, but if you have some free time, definitely check it out. That's the beauty of Netflix. If you have it, you can turn this right on and sit back in the comfort of your own home and enjoy a film that was made with a lot of heart and the right intent, and I always appreciate that. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Let me know in the comments down below. Once again, did you like it? Did you not like it? Like I said, Umbrella Academy. I'm going to be binging it later on. Actually, right after I get done with this video, I will start my binging process, and then I will be watching the Dragon Prince Season 2. If you watch Season 1, you're going to want to watch Season 2 because I've already watched a few episodes, and it's pretty good. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll be back very soon.